What's good, YouTube and Twitch? We're live to both right now, and new Yo Boo Boo cards have come out. People were really hyped to hear that we have new Yosenjus cards actually coming, announced by Konami early, and here they finally are. New Yosenjus for a hyper strong duelist inside of you. So they're just named Yosenju, and then the name it looks like Yosenju Saborukaze. A level 4 Wind Beast Warrior effect monster, attack 1700, defense 400, so kind of those mid-range stats we're used to from Yo Boo Boos. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. If you control another Yosenju card when this card is normal summoned, you can add a Yosenju Pendulum monster from your deck to the hand. Second effect, you can target a Yosenju card you control, place one Dizzying Winds of Yosenju Village or one Yosenju Whirlwind from your deck face up to your spell and trap zone, and if you do, return the targeted card to the deck. I forget what Dizzying Winds and Yosenju Whirlwind do. We'll actually look that up at the end of this. So you do get something out of it, but you return the targeted card to the deck? That sounds like a bit of a yikes for the trade to me, especially since this doesn't look like it has the normal summon clause that a lot of the Yosenjus have. It's kind of like the pump Yosenju, it doesn't get the additional normal. Once per turn during the end phase, if this card was normal summoned, return it to the hand though. It's still dodge and card demise and all that good stuff. So it can search out Dizzying Winds or Whirlwind for the cost of returning a monster to deck. And you can add a Yosenju Pendulum monster on summon if it's normal summoned. I think that might be the more relevant part, because there is a new Pendulum monster that I have not read. We've got Yosenju Izuna Muchi, a level 4 Wind Beast Warrior effect monster. Attack 800, defense 1200, so the lower end of all the Yosenjus that we have read so far. You can use the first and second effects of this card's name once per turn. You can discard this card. During this turn, your opponent's cards and effects cannot activate when a Yosenju monster is normal or special summoned. Ah, that's kind of nice, dodging the good old bottomless trap hole. But seriously, it stops infinite impermanence from them being able to normally use their effect, that kind of thing. It seems like I would think. The second effect, if you control another Yosenju monster, you can activate this effect, draw a card. A little extra draw power, especially with the card of demise like builds. Not terrible to end on. Again, doesn't look like it has the normal summon clause. So once per turn during the end phase, if this card was normal summoned, return it to the hand. So these are the ends of your normal summon chains, as it were, but it's also more monsters which the deck did severely lack. This is literally 5 effects for our new Yosenju, or Yosenju, my bad. Let me try to get this. Hitosume no Miraji. I don't know. I'm making it up as I go. Level 10 Wind Beast Pendulum effect monster. Attack 2000, defense 3000, pendulum scale 3. Pendulum effect. You can only use the pendulum effect of this card's name once per turn each. Target a Yosenju card in your pendulum zone. Until the end of this turn, its pendulum scale is 11, but you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except Yosenju. So turning on, summoning everything basically. During your end phase, return this card to the hand from the pendulum zone. Interesting. Self-protection a little bit. Monster effect, if this card cannot be special summoned except by pendulum summon. So it can still be tribute summoned to note. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can target one card your opponent controls, return that card to the hand. Nice. Each time another card returns to the hand or deck by an effect of a card you control, all Yosenju monsters you control gain 500 attack. So a little boost. Once per turn during the end phase, if this card was special summoned, return it to the hand. So if you for some reason tributed this out for 2000 attack, it wouldn't. But overall, that's pretty good. And then we have a quick play at the end. We have Yosenju no Kazamatsuri, Yosenju Wind Ritual, quick play spell card. You can activate a card with this card's name once per turn. If you control 3 or more Yosenju monster cards with different names, return all Yosenju monster cards you control in the hand. Then you can draw cards till you have 5 cards in your hand. That sounds like total butt. It literally sounds awful. Unless you, like, no matter what. At worst, it's a draw too for returning them early and having to play this. Like, okay, get me on this. So, yeah, you could card into my set a bunch of cards and maybe get an extra draw at the end phase here. But no, you couldn't, because you would have to return them to hand at the end phase anyways for the card demise. like, you're returning 3, at least minimum 3 to the hand with this effect. So no matter what, the most you can draw is 2. The setup seems lackluster to me, especially for giving us extra Yosenjus that want to not allow you the additional normal and want to be the end, so drawing multiple means you have to make choices. Yeah, this seems like a bad setup. T-Camp lost to Yosenjus at locals today. He's reliving it right now. So we'll look up, after this, we'll look up what Dizzying Winds and Whirlwind do to see how viable that is. But we have a new World Legacy card, and it looks kind of dark. He's literally looking at her with the baby and deciding what to do about it. That's really dark for World Legacy choice. Now, I haven't read this. I just saw the discussion on the lore in Zodiac earlier. This is a normal trap card. You can only activate 1 card with this card's name per turn. Activate one of these effects. Send to the graveyard 1 link monster your opponent controls. That can be pretty good. It's send. It's non-targeting. Nice, nice. Banish 7 World Legacy cards from your graveyard to add a Cyberse monster from your deck. So any Cyberse monster, should you have 7 World Legacy cards in your graveyard and want to banish all 7. Oh, that's a bit of setup. Let me know if you're using that second effect down in the YouTube comment section below. But the first effect seems way more likely as a reactive card. Again, that's a bit dark. I'm guessing it's like maybe, you know, Ib and Lee. It's the bad one resurfaced. Lee, I believe. So maybe Lee became good, but he's deciding if he wants to let her live. I don't know. I don't know what's happening there. All right, so Dizzying Winds and Yosenju Whirlwind real quick. Let's go Dueling Book screen. Actually, we can, since we are live, go to Dueling Book card. All right, and so Dizzying Winds is activate this card only if you control a level 6 or higher Yosenju monsters. So this is for the Pendulums being out. While you have a Yosenju card in your Pendulum zone, if a monster would be returned from the field to the hand by a card effect, shuffle it into the deck instead, unless it's a Yosenju monster. So that does kind of go with what is created for our new card. And what is the other one? It is Yosenju Whirlwind. Yosenju Whirlwind. Let me see here. Wait. Does that not exist yet? I'm confused. Is that a new card? Yosen Whirlwind. Yosen Whirlwind. There's Training Grounds. Okay, so Whirlwind is, I recognize this. Activate this card by paying 800 life points once per turn. If a face-up Yosenju monster you control returns to the hand, except during the damage step, you can target 1 card your opponent controls, return it to the hand. During your end phase, unless this effect was activated, destroy this card. So obviously you can stack it in the end phase, you can activate it, you make sure that you've activated it. Not the worst, but I can't see that it would necessarily be worth the new card. It does seem like it's trying to meld more with Pendulums. Maybe this isn't all the support that we're getting, and there's more Pendulum to come. There's more synergy to come, and it's not just these 4 cards. I think the draw card, personally, for me, is lackluster, but let me know what you think about that. Obviously, with Card Randomize, you're trying to set extra, but if you're playing the new ones, you can't really control what you're drawing and when they're going to stack back, and the ratios that you'd be playing. I do like the new cards a little bit, but I don't know. This feels trying to meld with them. Having to return the monster to equal advantage. Yosenjus don't need that equal advantage. You could just give it to them. Yosenjus is one of those decks, and I think they're scared of it, that it's like Spirals. It just needs 1 really, really busted card, and it's in there. It's in the metagame. 1 busted card with how it already breaks the normal summoning mechanic between their friends. And this kind of, I guess the new card does go with the draw card because it tries to perpetuate, hey, I'm discarding so that I can get that free extra advantage, I guess. I don't know. I'm just not feeling this because at best, it's a 1 for 2, a +1. At best, and you have to lose your field presence to do so, so it's not an extender play, it's a continuation play. Carded Demise already feels better than this in the deck, personally. But hey, there's always the FNL list with Carded Demise doing relatively nothing right now. It's been called for once before. What do you guys in the YouTube chat think? And any comments from open chat here on the new cards?
I'm actually wondering, the one that searches the ones, does that put them straight into play face up?
Yeah, face up in your spell and trap zone, correct. Face up, yes.
So the one that you need a level 6 to activate, you can just pop off. Right?
Yeah, kind of. You have to get there, though.
I personally feel like the one that lets you discard to prevent responses to the summons and then on the field draws you a card is actually really, really good for the deck. And the people who are going to be playing Yosenjus, assuming Yosenjus still plays the same way, you know, and it doesn't evolve into the Pendulum thing that Konami kind of built it to be, I do think that card alone will see play as probably a 2 to 3 of, simply for the fact that, like, it can be summoned on the end and draw you a card, but if your opponent is playing heavy back row, you know, they're playing strikes or impermanence or other things like that, you can also use it to make it so your opponent can't respond to your summons, and so you can actually play through some of their stuff.
I also feel like it also just pitches itself out of the way for Carded Demise too, if you wanted to, so that's kind of cool. So it does have natural synergy with how the deck is currently played too. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And hopefully we'll have more times like this where we have open chat able to give thoughts like that. And during these streams when cards pop up. I don't control when the news leaks from Japan, okay? But new Yosenjus, not an April Fool's Day joke. It's real, it's here.